What's going on, people? It is your guy Tez, the one hand for the 5100 podcast. Thank you all for being here. Once again, y'all, as you can see the title, we got another pop-up chop up. This something that went extremely well the last time I did it. So I wanted to do it again. And this one I got a subject, but it's still gonna be kind of a freestyle. So look, before I get into it, I just want to shout out Venus. Venus, thank you for being here. I was on your platform earlier where I went on. I was in the chat and heard the conversation, enjoyed the conversation. And towards the end, I asked you to come through. You decided to come and you brought people with you. So look, I appreciate you so much. I really do appreciate it. Um Harris Tribe Media Group. What's going on? Thank you so much for being here. Feminine Melanin University. Thank you for being here. I seen you over on Venus channel. And I appreciate y'all for being here. So I'm gonna give people time to come in. This streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So I kind of give people a little time to come in because I ain't got no big platform. Sometimes it take people a couple of minutes to get here, but I just want to thank everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's coming in. Once again, special shout out to you, Venus. Thank you for plugging the channel. I appreciate you for doing it because you didn't have to do it. We get in these spaces a lot and it's not a lot of teamwork. So if you can, let me know if everything's sounding good. Let me know if everything is looking good. And I kind of get some of the foreplay out the way. Let me check my Facebook because y'all Facebook be tripping sometimes. Okay, yeah. We should be good to go. So I'm gonna get some of the foreplay out the way first. If you are not subscribed to the 5100 podcast, please subscribe to the 5100 podcast on YouTube. You can listen to our audio podcast on any podcast streaming platform, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to the podcast, we are there. If you want to find all of our material, the 5100podcast.com is where we post everything. So once again, thank everybody for being here, the people that's here, the people that's gonna see this. So another thing I want to get out of the way, let me put this banner here. If you would like to support the 5100 podcast, you can do it through Cash App, PayPal. You can leave a super chat or a super sticker, whatever you want to give. We appreciate it. We ain't begging you for your money. Me and CJ never do that. We don't beg you. We don't try to make you feel guilty. We just appreciate you for being here. So one of the things one more thing, a very special thing before I forget. I want to give a shout out to my wife. Her birthday was yesterday, and I figured I was gonna get a little criticism. Black man unfiltered is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here. Um, y'all already know Black man, an incredible content creator. I appreciate you for being here. I dropped the chat a little later on. I mean, I dropped the link a little bit later on. But pop up and chop up, Black man. It just I kind of pop up here and talk about what's on my mind, on my heart. And me and CJ start doing these together in the future. But I want to give a shout out to my wife. Like I said, her birthday was yesterday. And, I didn't put anything on social media about how much I love her and all the other stuff because I think a lot of the time we get so wrapped up in what other people think. And if my wife know I care about her, and if she got the gifts from me, and she seen the gifts, I bought the gifts. I don't understand why it's so important for us to put that stuff online. Don't get me wrong, I have done it, and I will do it again. It's so weird to me that people feel like they got an obligation to see what you do for your wife or to see what you do for your children. And that's weird to me. I've never understood that. So once again, shout out to my wife, Jack. I love you. I know you watching. I appreciate you. You know, just had a newborn baby, so I know how hard that job can be. and I try my best to be there. You know, I try to work. You know, I everybody know how this go. Black man, you know how this is. You know, you try to be a content creator, you try to be a husband, you try to be a father, you try to be a brother, you try to do everything you can, and sometimes it gets a little hard. So I appreciate my wife. I love you, and happy birthday. Well, it was birthday was yesterday. So all right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna get this going. I'm not one that got Facebook tripping because usually when I pop up on Facebook, they get to running in here. So I'm gonna check my Facebook again and see if everything cool on that side. And once I figure that out, we'll go ahead and get this started. Okay, so let's see if it popped up. Okay, so look, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get the going. You know, I'm not a guy when it comes to I gotta have a crowd to start talking. Hopefully they all will come in. So everybody know today is the 4th of July, Independence Day, and today for me has always been a day about family, friends, getting to see your people and kicking it with them. The barbecue, the fire. Did my stream just go out? Um, Hold on, guys. I'm trying to make sure that my Wi-Fi saying is everything good? Okay, it should be back up. Thank you. Okay, so for me growing up, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of y'all, when y'all grew up, 4th of July was one of them holidays that we all looked forward to. You know, we all wanted to have a gathering with our family. You seen your cousins, you seen your aunties, your uncles, grandmama. I know I used to call her Big Mama. You see all these people and you had that fun. You sometimes see people you ain't seen in years, and it brings that love, that community that we have. And I'm noticing one of the things now is we don't have that anymore, or we don't have it as much as we used to. And that bothers me. I'm big on family. You know, one thing I say, I am an introvert. I don't kick it with everybody, but family has always had a special place in my heart because I grew up with y'all. We know each other. We know our family members. We know who is who in the family. So when you grow up with these people, you feel a sort of closeness with them. And I know everybody's family is different. Everybody's family ain't the same. Some people never was around each other. Some people can't stand their mama, can't stand their dad. I understand that. But that's not how I grew up. So I'm gonna speak on how I grew up. Hold on, y'all. It seems like I'm having issues with my Wi-Fi. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I should be back good to go. So growing up, I had a very close knit family. Um, no matter where people stayed, we all came out on the 4th of July to have fun, see each other. It was an amazing time. Like I can't remember having the 4th of July celebration when I was younger that I didn't enjoy, that I didn't have fun with. And it seems like the older that we got, we started to have our own responsibilities, our own children, our own lives, that died off. And it's disheartening to me because these are the things that strengthen the family. These are the things that helped us stay together when we met our nieces and nephews, our cousins that we hadn't seen or don't see. And it's so discouraging that now it just seems like that's so splintered off. So y'all know how I do on the pop up, chop up. I'm gonna give y'all stories. I'm gonna tell y'all about my life experience because I'm an open book. I don't I don't really hide a lot from people. I don't really hide a lot of my life experiences because I feel like people can learn from some of the things that I've went through. Cause I can learn from some of the stuff you went through. We ain't all went through the same stuff. It might be similar, but it's never exactly the same. So if we can give the information, we can all be better. So that's why I do. That's why I'm so transparent when it comes to what I'm speaking on. So growing up, I was always the black sheep of the family. I was never the cool guy. I was never the guy that got picked first on the basketball or football or baseball team. I was never the guy that we got Ricky. What's going on, brother? Thank you for being here. Uh, I appreciate you for being here. Pop up, chop up. Like I said, y'all random conversation, but I do have a topic and then I open it up. So as far as when I was growing up, like I said, I was the black sheep of the family. I was never the cool guy. I was never the guy that got picked first on none of the teams. You know, I was the guy in the background, but I always felt love growing up from my family members. So it wasn't really a big issue. So as time grew on, I got older, started to have different ideals from family members. And I really started to notice this when it would be parties or it'll be family events that happen and I wouldn't get an invite. Like I wouldn't even know the event was going on until one of my brothers said something because he got invited or they got invited, or I had a cousin that got invited, and I'm like, hey, I didn't even get the memo. So one of these situations happened, and I'm, with my family, minding my own business. And matter of fact, let me see if I can get this taken down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this right. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi, but I'm having some small issues. Okay, so anyway, once again, too, if y'all in here, let me know you in here. Like I said, if you want to support, you can hit the Cash App. World Class, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Another pop up, chop up, but I kind of got a subject with this one, but I'm still gonna freestyle towards the end. So if you want to support, the Cash App is there, the PayPal is there, and you can send a super chat or a super sticker. So there was an event that went on, and my one of my cousins that I grew up with was having a party. Lady Navoa, how are you doing? It's been so long since I done seen you over here. Happy that you here, and I hope everything going well with you. So my cousin had a throwback party, throwback party, and I end up seeing the pictures on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, okay, dang, this live. It looked like everybody having fun, but my brothers was there. I ain't even know nothing about the party. So I'm like, dang, what happened? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking in my head, well, maybe the invite, just missed me. Maybe I missed something. I didn't see the invite. And I reached out to that particular family member because I wanted to know, like, hey, why I didn't get an invite to the party. Like, we grew up together. Like we was damn near blood, you know what I'm saying? Like we grew up that close, and he messaged me and he was like, well, cuz I don't rock with you like that. You got a different way of thinking than me, and I don't want that in my life. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I ain't got no choice but to respect that. If we look at things two different ways, that's cool. But it's like, I don't understand why we can't treat each other as family though. Like, trust and believe. According to some of my family members, I got some extreme views, and I ain't even talking about the conspiracy theory stuff. I'm just talking about regular everyday stuff when it comes to relationships, when it comes to LGBTQ, when it comes to government. apparently my views are extreme. So therefore, a lot of the time the conversation might go off the rails because y'all know how I am. No, you know how we are on the 5100 podcast. We stand on it. If we stand on it, we on it's there. But if we wrong, we men enough to say, hey, I was wrong. I'm willing to apologize, but you got to prove to me I'm wrong. You just can't say I'm wrong with no evidence. So I told him, okay, as a man, brother, I got to respect it. If you don't want to kick it with me, if you don't want to be around me, that's fine. No issue. But it's like we still supposed to be family at the end of the day. So what's the issue? And he was like, cuz, I'ma call you. He responded a little bit later on. He was like, I'ma call you. So we chopped it up. And once we chopped it up, the conversation was kind of one-sided because it was clear as day that some of the things that I believe really triggered him, really bothered him. And I'm like, cuz I didn't know what that serious. So I tell you what, I kind of monitor what I say a little bit since he's so close to home to you. I kind of watch what I say, when it comes to that subject. And I'm thinking, cool. He was like, all right, cuz, from here on, I got you. We back straight. And I thought that was that. My boy Charles, what's going on, bro? Charles, do you still got your mod, your wrench? Happy 4th to you too, brother. Okay, yeah, you got it. All right. So, all right, I'm good. So, anyway, time go on, and I'm starting to notice now it's just not him. Now it's other family members that's starting to act a little funny. And once again, these were people that, like I said, during the 4th of July, we was all together. We was all hugging each other. We was all at the barbecue. We was all popping fireworks together. And for the people that don't know, I love a good fireworks show. I love putting on a good fireworks show. It ain't gonna happen this year because I got a baby. So we ain't gonna be out. But my point is, these were all things we enjoyed together. And it's now because I have a different opinion, we ain't family no more. And that's so weird to me because my opinion shouldn't affect the blood. My opinion shouldn't affect our relationship in a way to where I don't get invited to none of the stuff. I don't get invited to none of the parties. I don't get invited to none of the gatherings. Now, does it hurt me? Of course. I ain't gonna lie and act like it don't bother me. But at the same time, I got my own family now. I got a wife and 2 boys. So it's like it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but it still does bother me because we got the same blood. We grew up and we used to sleep, what they say, head to foot. All us on grandmama floor. On a pallet. Y'all, if y'all from the country, even some of y'all from the city, y'all can identify with that pallet on the floor. And I see y'all in the chat. It's people watching. Y'all can identify with that. Y'all know what it's like. Your head here and your cousin feet right next to your head. That's how close we was growing up. And if you didn't have a pallet on the floor, you will have somebody on the couch, somebody in the corner, somebody under the heater. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's when we was really family. And if anybody move, Big Mama gonna yell from her room, hey, y'all need to stop that talking. Y'all need to stop that playing around and go to bed. That's how I grew up. Come on, black man. Some of the best times. Them facts. Them was some of the best times because we wasn't worried about our opinions making somebody so mad that they ain't your family no more. We weren't worried about whether I'm Democrat or Republican, liberal or conservative. Nobody cared about this stuff because we knew if something went down in this house, all us family. If somebody try to break up in here, you gonna have a house full of a house full of folks jumping on somebody. That's family. And that's what we done got away from. And I'm giving y'all my own personal experience because that's what I do on these pop-up chop-ups. I want you to hear it from Tez Defy. When CJ pop up, you getting it from CJ 100. And it does bother me because my opinion in this space, in real life, should not affect family. Black man, argue, fight, disagree. We still loved each other. Facts, bro. We were still there every single day. We were still at the barbecues. We were still at the 4th of July. We were still at the Christmases, at the Thanksgiving. We was all still locked in because that stuff wasn't more important than family. That stuff was more important than blood. That stuff was more important than you meeting your cousin, than you meeting your niece, your nephew. It was, I don't care nothing about your opinion. I need you to know who your family is. That's what should have been important. Recently for me, there was another trip planned by a different cousin, and I didn't get an invite. And then once again, this another cousin that grew up with, like I said, foot to head, sleeping on the pallets on the floor. And I remember telling my wife, I'm like, what did I do that was so wrong to these people that my brothers can get invites to this stuff, but I can't? And my wife seen that it bothered me. So when I would talk to her about it, she wouldn't say much because it's kind of hard to speak on an outside family. But it bothered me because it's like, I thought family was supposed to mean something. I thought family was supposed to really be solid. What happened to that? Like, bro, I know some of the things that I believe. I'll take the conspiracy theory stuff. Yeah, some of that stuff might be wild. But as far as regular everyday stuff, it ain't that wild. Like, the fact that I believe a man can't have a baby is not a wild suggestion. The fact that I believe when God created you, he made you who you are in his vision ain't wild. I don't understand it. Courtney Michelle, what is going on? Thank you for being here. One of the esteemed guests of the 5100 podcast. Black man got what happened? What happened to that? Everybody needs a bed. Everybody needs all these requirements to be around family. It was never like that, black man. Bro, we were just family. Like, we were just family. And black man, I know you can speak to this because I remember you showing us something in the back chat, or I think in a message one day about a family member of yours. And it's like, bro, how did we get to the point to where in 2023, my opinion outs me from the family? I didn't do nothing to a child. I ain't belittle one of my grandparents. I ain't smacked a family member. Nothing like that. Selective outrage. That's true. So y'all, I'm gonna get through the story. Like I said, one of my other cousins had an event. I didn't get invited, and both of my other brothers did. So I remember telling my wife, I'm like, what did I do that was so wrong that I got certain family members that don't reach out, don't speak to me, don't say, hey, I could post something on Facebook, I could, whatever. And it's no interaction. But my heart ain't never changed. Tez done always been the same Tez. I love you. I had an auntie that passed away. And I went to her funeral and I seen people I haven't seen in years, y'all. I'm talking about folks from my pop side of the family, folks on my mama side of the family that decide to come to this funeral and pay their respects. And I was in there junk boo-hoo crying. I'm talking about baby crying. Yes, I was sad that my auntie passed, but I wasn't crying because of my auntie. I was crying because this the first time I done seen some of y'all in 10, 5 to 15 years. And it took a funeral for us to all be here. Not a 4th of July where we celebrate. Not when my son being born. Not when my niece and nephew being. Ain't nobody coming to these events and mad. But a funeral, everybody can show up. That's why I was in that jump boohoo crying, because I'm like, somebody got to die for all of us to be together. Somebody got to literally leave this earth for me to see y'all. Not a reach out on Facebook, not a how you doing. No, my auntie dead, so we all gonna meet here and pay our last respects. So world class guy, I learned at 9-year-old, your family as long as you can be controlled. Come, hold on.
He's on fire.
Come on, world class. If grandmama can tell you what to say, or if mama can tell you what you can and can't do, that's when you still good. When the old simps in your family can tell you what to do and what not to do, and how you supposed to be a man. And remember, I classified them as simps for a reason. Not because I disagreed with them, because I seen how their wives treated them. I seen how they treated their daughters. They set them up for failure because they treated them like princesses instead of letting them know that it's a real world out here. CJ did a podcast called The Reason I Don't Call My Daughter Princess, and he got hell for it. He got hell from men and women. And if you listen to the podcast, he break down why he don't say that. It's not that he don't love her. It's because if you shelter her so much to where she think everything in this world supposed to go her way, when it don't go her way, all hell break loose. And she lost. At that funeral, y'all, the feeling that I got was pure sadness. Because every one of y'all in here I love with all my heart. I don't know how you feel about me, but I loved every one of y'all in here I love. And it shouldn't take a funeral for me to see you. It shouldn't take somebody passing away in my family to see you. Am I so upset that I didn't get invited to these parties, that I didn't get invited on these trips, that I didn't get invited to these events? Not really. Because honestly, I probably wasn't going to go no way. Because, bro, I'm not no fake guy. Tales the fire is one thing. It is definitely not one thing, and that's fake. I can't hide how I feel about you. I'll be quiet, but the minute it get to a point where it's like I gotta say something, I got to say it. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I come on this podcast or I come on this YouTube channel and I speak my story. So you know it ain't kept. You can go speak to my brothers now and they'll tell you. And I get more than likely one of my brothers watching now. He'll tell you, bro, I ain't no cap in my rap. I ain't expressed to him how I felt not going on that trip, but he know it bothered me. But to put this thing back into perspective, the 4th of July, times like today, was the time where family and friends, especially family, all congregated together. Where did they go? What happened to that? I'm not saying you got to believe everything that I believe, but we still supposed to be family. I'm not saying you got to vote for who I'm going to vote for, but we still supposed to be family. I'm not saying you should agree with everything I agree with, but we still supposed to be family at the end of the day. What happened to that? Y'all, when my grandmama passed away, on my mama's side, I remember the whole family just breaking up. When my grandmama on my mama's side was alive, everything ran through grandmama's house. When she passed away, that showed me we was living vicariously through grandmama. We never truly had the basis of a family because that don't supposed to leave. World class. That family is an urban legend. Like, and world class, that's the thing that bothered me, bro. It's like, I don't want to say that because I believe family still exists. I just believe people let the dynamics of this world, let the dynamics of religion, let the dynamics of government and sex break away from the thing that was the ground foundation, which was the family. Like, bro, me and my brothers and sisters don't agree on everything, but at every event, I'm trying to be there. And if I can't be there, it's because I got stuff going on at home that's stopping me. Or me and CJ got a event or a podcast or some plan where it's like this was planned ahead of time. So I can't be there. We just done fell so far away from that. And like I said, y'all, I take this personally because I still believe in family. I still believe in family dynamics. And the 4th of July is one of them days that just always triggered it. On this 4th of July, I'm sitting up here talking to y'all in the chat. I'm sitting up here talking to whoever gonna watch this. Do I have a problem with that? Of course not. This part of my job now. And I love y'all. I enjoy talking to y'all, whether it's on a live stream or whether me and CJ doing it on the audio and the podcast. I love doing this. But you want to know what I would love more? Being at a barbecue. Even though I need to be on a diet, but we ain't talking about that right now. We talking about this. The diet will come. I could go for some barbecue hot dog, but that's not the point. At the end of the day, bro, we got to get back to the family. We got to get back to the bitterness and the disagreement stopping us from being what we should be, the concrete. I said, bro, I'm not trying to go on every trip. I'm not trying to go on every event that they have because sometimes I just can't do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. But at least being able to be given the opportunity. Hey, cuz you want to come this? Hey, cuz you want to go here? Hey, cuz that's simple. Give me the opportunity. Don't just say, oh, he ain't coming. He ain't gonna be there, so who cares? Give me the opportunity to be there. That's all I'm saying. World class got you couldn't pay me to go to no family function. Man, that's sad, world class, bro. But I definitely understand where you coming from. I really do. Y'all, and that's another thing too. And these pop-up choppers, bro, y'all can hop in the chat. Like, I'll respond to y'all and everything because that's really what these be about. You know, that's really what this is. It's supposed to be we y'all pop up and we chop it up. That's what this supposed to be. And like I said, I have more, I guess, funny stuff. I guess. I don't know. But like I said, that was on my heart today. The 4th of July was just one of them times where I knew I was gonna see this uncle. I knew I was gonna see this cousin, and we just went so far away from that. And maybe it don't bother y'all in the chat. Maybe it don't bother people that's gonna watch this, but it still bothers Ted the Five because I remember them days. I really do. And I wish they would come back. If they don't, that's fine. Most of us here in the chat that's watching this, we got our own family. We can create our own traditions. But I really do miss it. And I hope in the future maybe it change. But if not, like I said, I got my own family. I got my brothers and sisters. I got my brother from another mother, CJ100. We gonna make this thing happen because I understand the real dynamics of what the family is and how strong it is. So Like I said, man, it's just a sad situation. So something else I kind of wanted to get into. The last pop up and chop up that I had, I spoke about dating. I spoke about some of the bad experiences that I had with dating. And the 4th of July and me dating went synonymous with something else I kind of wanted to talk about. Now, this one primarily a lot of brothers might be able to identify with these because it got something to do with a young lady. And so let me see if I can get this going. I'll pull this off. See. Yeah, I don't think it's working on Facebook. Cause usually Facebook be popping. That's where I get a lot of my interaction from. So hold on. Check the Facebook. Is it even up on Facebook? Let me back out. 5100. Okay, so it ain't even. All right, so yeah, it's missing. I don't know what it is. Facebook and always gave our page problems, so I don't know why, but it is what it is. So for the people that's here, thank you on YouTube. I appreciate it. So my brothers, so 4th of July, for some reason, this kind of came. I kind of thought about a situation that I had with a young lady, and like I said, I know a lot of brothers that been through this, and I speak on my experience. I was dating this young lady. She was a single mother, and there wasn't no shot. That just was her situation. So, thank you, Lady Maroa, for putting the cash app in there. I appreciate it. Like I said, if y'all want to support the stream, you can. We not begging for your money. You can support. You can do a super chat, super sticker, whatever you want to do. We appreciate it for helping for y'all wanting the podcast and the platform to grow. So I was dating this young lady. She was a single mother, and I was invited to her 4th of July get together. Now, I don't mind going to people's stuff. I'm usually good with family members. Family members usually don't. I'm a nice guy. Like, I don't come in people, events rude and hollering, and that ain't me. I ain't never been there. I'm a laid back type dude. I'm gonna be dressed the way I need to be. I ain't coming in there sagging with a blunt in my mouth or nothing like that. So most family members kind of like me. And she invited me to her 4th of July celebration. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. I'm giving y'all some of my 4th of July memories. So I remember going, and she stayed like, I ain't gonna say that. Let's just say she went in the best neighborhood. And I pulled up, and it was one of them roads where it's like it's like you barely got enough road to park. Like, it's not like pavement, it's damn near dirt. And I had to park on the side, and I had to park all the way at the back and walk up to her house. So I park at the back, I call, I'm like, hey, I want to make sure I'm at the right house, yada yada yada. So she was like, yeah, you're going to have to park at the very back. I got a lot of people over here, whatever, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. This my girl at the time. We in a relationship. So I park, I walk all the way up, I see her. And before you see the person that you coming for, you have all these people that you don't know speaking, and you like, what's going on? I don't know you, you don't know me. And they give you that look like, bro, what is you doing here? It was that for a good few steps. So I ended up walking back. I walked in the house. I seen her. I'm speaking, hey, hey, and I finally see her. So she was like, hey, how you doing? Do you want something to eat? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, give me something to eat. So, so she making my plate. And she making my plate. And I remember one of her cousins being like, hey, why you making his plate? He can fix his own plate. This done happened to me before, but it happened on that 4th of July. And I remember being like, dang, it's disrespectful for my girl to fix a plate. And she stopped fixing the plate. So I'm like, oh, hold on. So once again, I don't know these people. This like my second or third time being at their house, but this was my first time at a big gathering with that side with her family. So most of these people I don't know, and I didn't know their cousin. So she stopped fixing the plate. I get up, I finish fixing my own plate, and I'm like, cool. So once again, I'm big on introducing my people to my people, like with my wife. Like I want you to meet all of my people so you don't feel uncomfortable being here because I know if you uncomfortable, I'm gonna be uncomfortable. So let's nip this in the bud now. I don't want no problem. So, and y'all, I'm gonna drop the chat too. I mean, why I keep saying drop the chat? I'm gonna drop the link. Let's see. All right. So I dropped the link, and like I said, y'all, I'm gonna finish the story, then I'm gonna let people pull up. Let me see if I can get this pin too. Yes, sir. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So, like I said, man, I was dating this lady, and once again, she didn't fix the plate. She stopped fixing the plate. So I go finish fixing my own plate. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and fix my plate. I'm gonna eat. And she wasn't introducing me to nobody in the family. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, what's happening? So I'm like, why did you stop fixing my plate? It was like, you was excited about it, and then you stopped when your cousin said something. World class. All right, cool. He said he'll be up in 10 minutes. And I was like, what happened? And she was like, well, I really didn't want my cousin looking at me sideways. She believed that, a man can fix his own plate and you shouldn't have to do this and do that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but is your cousin in a relationship with you or I'm in a relationship with you? Like, why you worried about what she's saying and me and you are in this relationship? And she's like, well, I just don't want to cause no problem because I know how she is and I know how you is, and I don't want y'all to get the argument. I'm like, it's not going to be no argument on my side. I'm just going to let you know that if you let what other people say influence our relationship, we not going to be in a relationship long. Because you let the influence of a girl or a woman that ain't got nothing to do with us stop you from doing something that I like doing, and it's something that you never had a problem with. So I'm minding my own business, and the cousin come up to me and was like, why you making my cousin fix your plate? Now, once again, people, Tez the Fight is not a is not controversial, because I'm definitely that for some reason. But Tez the Fight is not a person that likes confrontation. I ain't trying to argue, I ain't trying to fight. I'm willing to debate, but I ain't trying to do all that because honestly, I ain't got time, and that really ain't what I want to do. But she come up to me and she was like, why you make my cousin fix your plate? I'm like, number one, I didn't make her do nothing. This is something that she has done, and this is something that I like for my woman to do. I didn't force her to do it. I didn't put no blicky to her head and say, hey, you fix my plate, there's gonna be problems. I didn't grab her by the arm and drag her up there and told her to fix my plate. She did that. And she was like, well, I don't believe that no grown man should be having no woman fix his plate. And I was like, I don't believe no grown woman should be in another woman business worried about what she got going on in her relationship. But as you can see, we two different people. Now, I can be an asshole at times. I'm going to let y'all know that. Now, I don't feel like that's disrespectful. Like, I just gave her my opinion. She believed one thing. I believe another thing. I just told you what I believe. So, of course, she took that as disrespectful. Well, that's my cousin. I'm the one that watch her kids. Yeah, she had multiple children. Look, don't judge me, okay? I went through that time in my life. And she was like, I'm just saying, you a grown man. Ain't nothing wrong with your legs. Ain't nothing wrong with your hands. You should fix your own plate. And I'm like, look, first of all, I don't even know you. I don't know your first name. But what I will say is, you don't know the dynamics of me and your cousin relationship. So why is you worried about what's going on over here? Why is you worried about my girlfriend fixing my plate? And I held back as long as I could. And I asked her, where your man at? Where your man at? And why you ain't in here fixing his plate? I don't see no, and one of the things that always get me with these events is way more women there than men. It was like 4 guys there. It was me, her daddy, and he kept leaving in and out, smart man. It was me, her daddy, one of her uncles, and 2 of her male cousins, but they weren't grown. I think they were like teenagers. And it like 30 women in there, John. I'm like, ugh. So of course, hold on, y'all. I think my Facebook rocking now. Hold on, let's see. Nope, it's not. So y'all, if you in the chat, let me know you here. I see y'all in the clouds. You know, holla at your boy. Please hit that like button. Hit the like button if you support the stream. If you want to support the stream, I will put the Cash App and the PayPal back on here, the ticker. But let me know y'all here. Like I said, I can see that there's people here. Please say hello. What's going on? Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Even though Dr. Umar said we don't supposed to be celebrating it, but Dr. Umar said a lot of stuff that people agree and disagree with. So to each his own. Anyway, so I asked her where her man was at, and I knew that was gonna cause issues. You know, I was being kind of an asshole when I said that, but at the same time, y'all gotta understand, this lady put me in a defensive position. She came aggressively toward me. She the one that told my girlfriend at the time to stop fixing my plate. She didn't know what me and my girlfriend had going on at the time. That's why Kevin said, single women keep women single. You got to be careful who you listening to. Because that woman with no man is influencing a woman who had a man, who was watching her children, who was being there for her, who took her to a whole nother level in her life. But I ain't gonna get into the details about that because that ain't what it's about. Anyway, so of course, this leads into a situation. So old girl upset, she mad. Oh, why you worried about my man? Why you worried? Which there wasn't no man there, but you know that's one of the defense mechanisms that they do. Why you worried about what I got going on? Why you worried about my man? My man happy. My response is, why you ain't here then? Where he at? It's 5 other dudes in here besides me, and all them your family members. So it ain't one of them. So where is this man that you say you got? Let me call him, tell him to come, because I would love to have another brother here that can feel what I'm saying. Now, like I said, at this time, her dad done left. Her pops like, heck no, I don't want nothing to do with this. Pops was smart. Pops was like, bro, I don't want nothing to do with this. My boy, you getting in some trouble. I'm out. And he did. But I can hold my own because I ain't tripping about it. At the end of the day, I'm standing on what I stand on. And my girlfriend at the time is supposed to understand it. So the cousin was like, look, all I'm saying is you a grown ass man. My cousin don't need to be fixing your plate or no other man plate because ain't nothing wrong with y'all. That's what's wrong with y'all men now. You think a woman's supposed to wait hand and foot on you and you don't get nothing in return. And I'm like, once again, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the inner workings of me and my girlfriend at that time dynamics. If my girlfriend at that time felt like I wasn't doing nothing for her, she would express that to me. I don't even know you, lady. So why is you worried about our relationship? It's like she was so gung-ho about this plate that she couldn't even move on to another conversation. So I'm like, look, I don't know you, but this is a terrible first interaction. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ted. What's your name? So she tell me her name, and I'm like, okay, cool. We got some common ground. We know each other's name now. So did she tell you something about me that you just don't like me or something? Like, what did I do that upsetted you so much? And she was like, well, honestly, I don't really know you like that. I just don't like my cousin fixing nobody plate. And I'm like, okay, what if I told you your cousin enjoyed fixing plates for me? No, she don't like fixing no man plate. I'm like, how you know that? Have you talked to her? Do you know that she don't enjoy fixing my plate? Let's ask her. All right, y'all. So yeah, I am seeing the delay here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. My internet should be good. I don't know what's going on with the delay, y'all. So I apologize if it's skipping or if anything like that going on. It shouldn't be doing it. Um, shut down some of these windows. So anyway, so my response to the cousin was, well, look, your cousin right here, my girlfriend at the time is right here. Let's ask her. So I'm like, baby, do you have an issue fixing my plate? She was like, nah, I ain't got no issue with it. I'm like, cool. Why does she have an issue? She was like, well, I really don't know. I don't even know how these got started. But it's like, you got to be the one to monitor this situation because your cousin jumped out of line on your man. So you need to be the one shutting this down. I shouldn't be the one sitting up here arguing with a woman I don't know. You supposed to correct this situation. And I leave out because I'm like, look, it's the 4th of July. We all supposed to be having a good time. I still want some more of these ribs. Let me go holler at the pop. Now, y'all, this is when I knew that it wasn't no hope for me in this relationship with this young lady. I go outside, the pop, her dad on the grill. So I go out there. I don't drink beer. He was drinking the beer and he offered me a beer. I'm like, no, thank you. And I don't know if he took that as a slight. I hope he didn't. But I don't drink beer. So he offered me a beer. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. I really don't drink beer like that. He was like, all right, all right. So I'm like, man, it got crazy in there real quick. Then he was like, yeah, that's why I left out. I don't got time to be dealing with all the women. I'm like, so do you feel like I was wrong? The man looked me dead in my eye and was like, man, anytime a woman say something to you, you wrong. I'm like, nigga. I'm like, bro. Now I know why this. I know why you walked out because you don't even have the nuts to stick up for another brother. The man said, anytime a woman say something, she right. I'm like, bro, I'm about to dip because it's clear as day. This house is ran by them women, and I'm not the type of man that I don't care who house I'm in. I didn't disrespect that woman. That woman came to me with the smoke. Oh, well, Tez, you were guessing somebody else's house. I don't give a damn. I don't. She came to me with the disrespect. I didn't come in that house. Hey, every woman in this junk needs to be fixing plates. That is not how Ted Defy came. My girlfriend at the time got up, decided to put some smoked sausage, rotel on my plate. It was smoked sausage, rotel, and a hot dog on my plate. And she wanted to do that. My boy CJ100 is in the building. What's going on, brother? The poopy habit. My boy World Class. Like I said, you couldn't pay me to come to nothing. Bro, World Class. Look, bro, World Class. That's one of them situations where it's like you trying to impress the family. Now I know you don't give a damn. And at the time, for me, I did, because it's like, bro, I'm stepping into a situation with a single mother. She invited me to this event on the 4th of July. And it's like, when you with somebody, you think you're going to be together forever. That type of stuff. Like I said, bro, I never thought that, that situation was going to happen. But I'm going to stand on what I believe, bro. I don't care who house I'm in. I'm going to stand on that, and that's what I did. So anyway, once the pop said that, I knew it was over with. I knew, like, this relationship ain't gonna last, because if this the mindset you got, your daughter might have some of that mindset, and I ain't finna go through that. So I go get my ribs, and they was busting. I ain't gonna lie. He might not have no nuts, but the nigga had skills on that grill. Now, he was cold. So I get my ribs. I go back in the house. Now, this is when I knew stuff was going bad. Now, all this on the 4th of July. Now, that's why I want to make sure I'm sticking to the theme here. This how I knew stuff got bad. I got my plate. As soon as I walk in the house, all the conversation stopped. To my brothers and even my sisters, people been talking about you when you walk in the house, and it go from to complete silence. I knew it was a problem at that moment. I come in the house, and as they say, you could hear a mouse peeing on cotton. I'm talking about, you could hear a pin hit that floor as soon as I walked in the house. I walk in the house, I sit down by my girlfriend at the time, and I'm trying to have a conversation. And then, okay, once I sit down, all the little side conversations start happening. So as they start having their side conversations, me and my girlfriend at the time, I'm asking, I'm like, hey, is everything straight? Like, what happened? Like, as soon as I came in the door, everybody got quiet. And she was like, yeah, everything cool. It's just, we were just having a conversation. You know how women is. I'm like, they're true, but I know when you walk into a situation or you walk into a spot and everybody shut up because you there, they were probably talking about, oh no, when nobody saying nothing about you, blah, blah. Now, this same cousin come back and was like, what y'all talking about over there? Excuse me? Who are you? What? I'm like, bro, man, we were just talking about something that happened earlier. Now, I shouldn't have lied, but I did, because it's like, bro, I don't want no problems. I ain't trying to go back and forth with a bunch of women. Like I said, it's me and 2 other guys in the house now. So it's like, bro, I'm outnumbered, and I don't really want to go back and forth with y'all. So I lied, and I was like, nah, we just talking about like what we gonna do later. And she was like, oh, y'all ain't staying the whole time to watch the fireworks? I'm like, nah, we might go somewhere else and watch the fireworks. And she was like, I almost said this young lady's name, and I'm glad I didn't. She was like, hold up. World Class. Let me take a wild guess. The cousin was fat.
He's on fire!
Now, some people might take what World Class said as disrespectful or prejudgmental, but he was right. She was like World Class, bro. I'm not I'm not gonna say anything about this lady. Come on.
From long
That's the one
range.
I should have hit. You right, CJ. From long range. Facts. And it's like, bro, and world class. Like I said, bro, I didn't say nothing to this lady. This lady came with, she wanted to smoke with me because she seen her cousin who got a man fix his plate. She ain't got nobody but them burgers. And she was upset that wasn't nobody making her burgers. Why you mad at me, baby? I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with you not having a man. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And she was drinking beers. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Do your thing, baby. You got it. So anyway, and y'all on these pop-up chop-ups, I don't really have no time limit. I try not to go longer than 2 hours, but y'all know how it go. So she was like, nah, I'm just saying, usually we stay the whole time and all of us watch the fireworks together. Why you gotta come? Listen, this is what she's saying to me. Why you gotta come in and change the dynamics of our family? I'm like, bruh, I'm a very patient guy. But it's only so many times you can keep pushing this button before I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. And I didn't even say that. I'm like, I'm not trying to change the dynamics of y'all family. We decided that we was gonna go to this park, me, her, and her child. We was gonna go to this park and watch the firework display. It had nothing to do with y'all. It had nothing to do with us changing the family dynamic that y'all got going on. We decided this before today. Oh no. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all be letting these guys get in your ear. And I'm talking about like my girlfriend at the time ain't saying nothing to combat this stuff. She just soaking it up. I'm like, bro, you can shut all this down by just saying what I'm saying is facts. She ain't saying nothing. She just sitting there. You letting him change you. You letting him change what we do every year. Every year we watch the fireworks go off. We gonna have the whole neighborhood watching our house. And I'm like, I'm thinking, I ain't say this. I don't give a damn about none of that. Me and my girlfriend at the time was gonna go to this park. So I'm just sitting here listening. I'm chilling, soaking it all in, minding my own business. She just talking. So I'm like, all right, it might be best for me to leave. Because if I don't leave, I'm finna give a horrible impression if I haven't already. Because I'm sick and tired of this lady mouth. I know your name now, but you mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to my relationship. So why should I care what you think? So I'm chilling, I'm sitting back. She's still going on and on and on about family dynamics and me being a bad person or me being a bad influence. I whispered to my girlfriend at the time. I'm like, hey, I'm about to go. She was like, no, don't leave. Because if you leave, they gonna feel like you or they gonna feel like, you done disrespected them, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, these folks sitting up here talking crazy about me. How long I'm supposed to endure this? And y'all, I made a very crucial mistake when I gave my response to my girlfriend at the time. I was like, I'm not your dad. I'm not finna let these females run all over me. And I shouldn't have said that. I will admit that may have took it too far. But that's how I felt at the time. Your daddy can get talked to and crazy all he wants to. Ted Defy ain't going for that. I don't give a damn what the relationship is between your mama and your daddy and your dad and all these other women in this house. But I'm going to let it be known. Y'all can talk like that to him. I don't care where I'm at. Y'all ain't finna talk like that to me. World class. Removing yourself from the disrespect is disrespectful to them. Facts. Wear clad, bruh. I'm trying to leave so I don't get disrespectful. She said if I left, it would be looked at as disrespect. I'm like, what? CJ got freak you talking about big facts. Like, bruh, I don't care. I don't care. Your daddy can live in that household and be quiet and get emotionally, physically abused all he want to. That ain't gonna happen with me. Because my girlfriend at that time knew the type of man I was. She knew I wasn't going for that. She didn't seen me turn up before. She didn't seen me destroy men and women in arguments and debates before. So she knew. The fact that she didn't want me to leave let me know that she either need them women to hear what I'm about to say, or she's so scared of what they gonna say that she'll rather me sit there and take the abuse. Facts, CJ. We ain't no hoe. Them facts, bro. And that's why I said, y'all, the 5100 podcast been doing this longer than we've been doing the podcast. This ain't nothing. This ain't red pill ideology. This ain't manosphere poison. Bro, we've been doing this. We just decided to come on the platform and say how we felt. That's why I'm giving y'all personal, real life experiences from Ted Defy to let y'all know I ain't read no book. I ain't took no courses from Fresh and Fit or Kevin Samuels. I didn't have the mindset that I got now before them guys got popping. CJ had the mindset that he got now before them guys got popping. We just came together and was like, bro, let's do our own thing. And that's what we at now. But to put a bow on this, like my boy Brink TV will say, I wish he was here. But so I tell my girl, look, bro, I think it's best if we leave. No, I think it's best if I leave. Because I don't want this to be an issue. It's clear as day that all these women in here agree with your cousin. And I don't want this to spread like wildfire. Your cousin, the main one speaking up. So I'm going to let y'all have it, bro. I'm going to go on dip. Tommy B in the building. What's going on? One of the realest, man. What's up, Tommy? Poop. CJ, come on, Pastor. I'm just saying, bro, you know how we is. So I tell her I'm about to leave. I grab my keys. The cousin was like, oh, so you just gonna leave? I'm like, look, bro, I'm gonna leave. You know, I see that, you know, I done came in. And once again, and we do this a lot too, man. I'm apologizing because maybe I messed up the dynamic. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and go, you know, y'all do y'all thing as a family, and maybe I done came in and interrupted some stuff. So I just want y'all to have a good time. Oh no, you don't get to just go. You just can't leave. You need to be here. You need to see the fireworks go out too. I'm like, look, lady, I'm just finna go, bro. I'm just finna go on dip because I don't want no smoke. Let's talk with JVJ putting in that work. I see. Keep it up 100. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you for being here. So y'all, I leave, and as I'm leaving, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm mad at my girlfriend at the time because I feel like she picked her family over picking me, her man. Now, if it's a woman in here that can explain to me that dynamic, I would fully like to understand. Because I didn't get why she picked them over she picked me. You ain't having sex with them. Ain't none of them taking care of you. And I wasn't taking care of like buying them, like her paying rent and stuff like that. I'm talking about when you need somebody, I'm there. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a man, not only for you, for your son. And bro, you ain't even stick up for me. So it's like, who you care more about, them women in their house or your boy? Because you ain't say nothing to them. the little bit that you did say, it wasn't enough. I called her. And I'm like, bro, what the hell was that? Oh man, that's just my cousin. That's just how they is over here. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, but why you didn't say nothing? Like, if you didn't have no problem with fixing my plate, if you didn't have no problem with the way that our relationship is, why didn't you speak up? Well, I didn't want to cause no problem, Ted. I know how they get. I'll address it with them at another day. I don't need it to be another day. Because what you showed me is that they more important than me. Oh no, Ted, it ain't that. You know I love you. You know my son love you. It's nothing like that. Show that. I went to war in there with them women or with that woman because I got love for you. I could have just walked clean up out there, John, like threw the middle finger up there at one of them and dip. But then that would have made your family relationship strained because I didn't walk up in here and cussed all these women out and you still live there. That situation showed me a lot. If you're a man and you stand on your position, you got to stand on your position 100%, no matter the opposition. And I was so disappointed in my girlfriend at the time because it's like, bro, up until this point, I never doubted you. I never doubted whether you had your boy back. But I don't know if you got your boy back. All right, y'all. So I got somebody that's in the back. What's going on, brother? How are you doing?
What's going on, man? I had to come over here and holler at y'all, man. I see you putting in that work.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, bro. Like I said, bro, I don't really know where you came in, but man, these pop-up and chop-ups, bro, I just kind of, it's more of a freestyle, but I did have a subject just kind of going through some of the experiences that I had on the 4th, how close-knit the family was. And I had to talk about an experience that I had with a young lady on the 4th of July, meeting her extended family for the first time. So that's kind of what that story was.
Nah, it's straight. I think a lot of us can relate to it because a lot of guys, and the sad part, you kind of between a rock and a hard place when you was like, should I stay here and make this point clear or should I leave? And it's hard to figure out which way to go on that because I'm not saying all females. But it is human nature for females to have a hive mind type mentality. Yep. Because one of them ain't gonna be able to rock everybody out by themselves. So most of them come together and they all just let each other say that bullshit. First off, you don't want to offend somebody, and then on top of that, you just gonna ride with the sisters because maybe one day you might do some dumb stuff and you don't want them on your head about it. So, like, that was a tough one because I've been in a few of those myself.
See, and that was my thing, bro. It's like I don't want to it was like I didn't want to upset the dynamics of their family because it's clear as day that the women run their family. Like I said, when the father said what he said, I'm like, oh yeah, this ain't the territory I need to be in. But at the same time, when you love the woman, you have to deal with the family members. And it's like, bro, I'm gonna be in for a long battle with this. because bro, if you like me and CJ, you gonna battle, but sometimes you gotta understand, is it worth it? Yeah. Because bro, I could have kept going back and forth with her cousin, but how would that have benefited the relationship between me and the young lady?
You know what I'm saying? It's like that old song, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yes, sir.
And that's always gonna be on men that have to take the higher road from what I've noticed. You always gonna have to take the higher road in certain situations. And a lot of them is like, man, F that battle. I'm trying to win this war.
Yes, sir.
And man, look, I done left a lot of them for less. So I do applaud you for, man, like, look, obviously you and your girl rocking good. So he was like, but I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling, and it don't feel. I don't know if any of these ladies don't know. Y'all always talk about feelings this and feelings that. Y'all don't know how a man feels when you sitting in a room speaking straight facts, straight logic. Like God to come down here and give you a high five for what you saying, and y'all sitting here as a group fighting against that. Y'all don't know how that make a dude feel, and we ain't supposed to talk about our feelings. But then you say you want us to talk about our feelings, but when we talk about our feelings, you tell us to shut up. I'm like, what you want to do? Like a dude be in a rock, he be between a rock and a hard place, man.
And see, that's why when it got to a point to where I came in and everybody got quiet, I knew it was over with. It's time to go. Because now it's like, oh yeah, I know when I walked in that house and it got that quiet, oh, they done had a full conversation about your boy. So let me get on up out of here because it ain't gonna just be the cousin. Now mama finna hop in, the next door neighbor finna like, bro.
The mailman might come by.
Facts, bro. And it's like, man, before I mess up this whole dynamic, I'm a dip. So that's kind of like I said, bro. I just love, man, giving some of my personal stories when it comes to stuff like that. Cause it's like, bro, like you said, you done dealt with these situations. So it's like, I'm not alone. And the more people that feel like I'm not alone, you'll start having people finally speak out about what they go through. And I think that's important, bro. I really do.
We got to speak on it, man. The reason it resonated with me, because I just literally had a similar situation. Because there's been a little chick I'm talking to. And 4th of July is the day, right? I met her pops. I met her family before.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I will never go around no simp ass sucker like that again in that family. I know how it is. And I live in the South. I'm like, look, she's like, come over for the barbecue. I can't make it. Why you don't want to come over? I'm not coming around those situations where it's going to be a problem. I'm too old. Even though I might look young, I'm too old for that crap. I'm not coming around people that I know don't. Like-minded people can work together. People that don't think the same or don't have the same work ethic or how they feel like. I'm old school, grew up in the Christian household.
Yes, so me too.
I played by the Bible a lot. I know I fall short from grace all the time, but I try to hold a certain standard. I'm not coming around people that are living in this devilish stuff. Like I don't respect any man that sits in the house and just openly gets disrespected. I wouldn't respect any woman that sat in the house and let a man openly disrespect her. So I'm like, when I see these dynamics going on in your family, I'm not coming around that. Yeah, look, man, bring me a plate. How about that?
Facts.
And make sure you make it yourself.
Oh, come on now.
From long range.
I mean, that's real talk, bro. And that was my thing. The father showed me everything that I needed to see with and you know, me and that girl then we lasted, I think after that, I think we lasted another 6 or 7 months, but it was over with after that. And you know, I just, like I said, when I seen the father say that, bro, you made a great point. That showed me everything I need to see in that household because y'all might be able to run over him. He has been conditioned mentally to take this. I haven't been. I grew up with my mom and dad in the house, and I seen how they dynamic work. I never felt like my father was being run over by my mother, and I never felt like my mother was being run over by my father. It was respect on both sides.
Yep.
So if your mama don't respect her husband, what you gonna do to me if we ever get serious for real?
That's real shit. Because think about it. What has she grown up seeing?
Yes, sir.
So that dynamic is, and I think a lot of ladies don't get when dudes come from when they say they don't want to, because I've heard dudes coming out now saying that they don't want to get with a girl that came from a single family household. And they're like, why are you discriminating against them? Her dynamic is never seeing a man in a leadership role, never seeing her mother ever respect a man. So when she gets into a relationship, she's just going to mirror and mimic everything that her mother did. The same way if you got a son around whose father goes out there and works and grinds every day, he's going to mimic his father. So like a lot of dudes try to say that, man, look, I'm going to just steer clear of it. And I know it pisses a lot of ladies off, but I'm like, look, man, you don't think it bothers dudes that ain't 6 feet tall, can't get no play, ain't got 6-pack, can't get no play, don't make a certain amount of money, can't get no play. It is what it is. We all got different things that we want in our partner, or well, I don't like that word partner, but our significant other. So don't knock it when it's on the other side.
Facts. So, bro, you just said something. and this ain't got nothing to do with the 4th of July, but me and my wife just watched a video of this guy that had he took himself from being 5'5" to 6 feet. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that black dude.
Bro.
He looked like honestly, he don't even look healthy right now.
He don't. He looks sick. Like,
Real
bro,
shit.
we in 2023 where men are so insecure. This brother had to go get leg extensions.
Leg extension. And I heard females saying stuff about that. I thought it was fake till I saw him.
Bro, me too. Cause I had her. I'm like, man, get out of here. Because it almost looked Photoshopped. And I'm like, man, this ain't real. And then we watched the video, and me and my wife looking at this like, this real. And like I said, bro, the dude in shape, nice looking guy. Apparently he got a girlfriend. Why you still so insecure that you break your legs and they insert metal rods to make you tall? Like,
and good luck going through TSA and explaining that every time. I don't know what that is. Like, I honestly, the social media, we talk about how it affects the females a lot. It's affecting the dudes a lot now.
Yes,
too.
sir.
It really is affecting them a lot, whether some people want to hear it or whether they don't. It's a fact of reality. This guy, like you said, in shape. He not like, look, no homo. He ain't no ugly dude. Like, we know Michael Blackson and all these people. He ain't no ugly dude. He look like he can pull some chicks, and you said he got a girl. So I'm like, what was the point of that? You're going to literally alter your body to that extent. For what?
Bro. And excuse me. The doctor's side effects, when he told him what the side effects would be, early arthritis, swelling that can happen at any time. It's like, bro, is it worth it? And it's like, when we talk about women having plastic surgeries and BBLs and all this other stuff, all right, cool. But it's like, now I gotta look at dudes just like I look at these women, because it's like, bro, and that's what we do. We gotta call men out just like we call women out. Bro, we get it. Some women don't like short guys. Bro, I'm 5'8". I ain't the tallest dude in the world. But
you average height.
But bro, I don't think, how tall are you, JV?
5'11", but I'm saying 5'11". That's what I always go with. They tell me I'm 6 feet. I don't believe that. Okay,
cool. That ain't never been an issue with you getting females.
Nah.
Me being 5'8" ain't never stopped me from getting a woman. Now, it may have stopped me from getting a woman that wants a tall guy, but it never stopped me from putting the game down, because if your game good enough, all that stuff go out the window anyway.
Real quick.
My boy CJ say this: if she like you, nothing else matters.
There you go. A lot of dudes don't have talk game.
Come on,
They don't know how to talk to females. I remember back, like, because I don't know how old you is, but I'm 33.
I'm 35.
35. All right, so we around the same. We right there with each other. I remember when we used to have school dances, you used to write letters to each other, fold them up in the origami crap and give it to a girl, like me or no, all that stuff. You used to have to talk to these females.
Yes, sir.
I'm noticing a lot of these dudes that talking about they tap out, which I ain't gonna knock some of the dudes, because some of them actually do go out and try, but a lot of them don't know how to talk to females.
Nope.
Don't know how to talk to them, and like, it's so easy, especially nowadays where the girls are telling you what they like. They like dudes that treat them like shit. that's pretty easy. Like, I swear for Lord, every time I go to the club, I'll see a chick. I'm like, oh damn, I didn't know you was up in here. She's like, I know you. I was like, nah, but you can.
Come on now.
That'll get her mind going real quick. Like, but then I'll turn it real quick to an end. So why'd you wear them shoes with that outfit? Now she on the defensive now. We can have a good night for the rest of the night. And I know some ladies might come in and say that's manipulation, but whatever. You put on that makeup and lipstick and eyelashes, so you manipulate anyway.
Like, bro, that go into some myths that I seen. Men wear class. I bought this up on another stream that 80% of men nowadays not having sex. Now, like you said, brother, I'm a Christian as well. Like you said, I didn't fall short. Every Christian falls short. And I'm married now, so I ain't out here looking. But that was never an issue when I was out here in the streets, bro. Like, that was, for JJ, was never an issue for me. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's just because I was confident or what, but when I heard that stat, I literally was like, what are these young guys doing? Like, are they living through social media? That's it. Facts. Like, bro, don't get me wrong, bro. Like I said, I used to be a gamer, but I got a wife and 2 boys now. So that time has been cut tremendously. So it's like, I get that. But another story right quick. It's a brother I went to school with, and every Facebook post this man posts is about women. How women ain't this, how women ain't that, how he can't get a woman. And it's like, bro, you been working in Walmart pushing carts for like 10 years. Like, bro, you have, since I've known you, you never elevated. And I'm talking about, this man got to arguing with his pops because his pops was mad at him because he told him to come in the house at a certain time. When you under somebody else's roof, brother, they doing you a favor. You're here in his mid-30s, bro, and you sitting up here talking about women? Bro, you don't even qualify. Women should look at you and laugh.
Yeah.
Like, JV, that's what I'm saying. That's why when me and CJ said, like, bro, we was taking ourselves away from the red pill and the manosphere space, it's because, bro, you hear so many of these dudes talk about these talking points, but they ain't doing nothing in real life.
There you go. A lot of fake people out here preaching.
Come on now.
And that's one of the biggest and most disturbing things. But they said it was going to happen. I seen a few people talk about it. After Kevin Samuels passed away, watch how many people try to just get up in here. And we got so many people that are gullible, man. We got so many sheep, and we need more sheepdogs. Like, all these people just follow anything and everything. Like, I don't understand how you can get behind. I really, to this day, still don't understand how people could just follow behind somebody and see flaw at the flaw at the flaw and never open your mouth. And I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about the men. How do you follow behind a man when you see him F up, and you still got that person back? I'm like, this blows my mind. And it's not just in relationships. It's across all the boards, politics, sports, music. It don't matter. Like, they just stick with these people.
Bro, I was talking to DL Saint, and we was talking about the manosphere space. Hold on. Shout out my boy, Moss New. Moss, what's going on, brother? Thank you for being here. If you ain't busy, bro, you can pop up. The link is in the chat. Venus says it's called blind loyalty and the need to be accepted. Correct. Venus, yes, it's like yes, I've seen this is a cult-like mentality. It really is. Like, bro, DL Saint is cool with Fresh and Fit. And I remember me and DL Saint had a great conversation about the red pill space. And I'm hard on Fresh and Fit because, like I said, I don't believe they are the men that they say they are. But I mean, they making plenty of money, and I guess that's what makes you the top dog is money. But that ain't how I grew up.
Nah,
I grew up. That Bible tell you what a real man is, but everybody don't believe what we believe. So it's like I have to kind of back away from that sometimes. So it's like I like to call what you just said the pastoral syndrome, where people could see the pastor sleeping with the first lady, the mother in the church, Keisha, that come in every other service, and they still be like, "Oh, that's the guy." It's like, whoa, wait.
Yeah.
You see, you know that this guy does this, and you still follow every word that he say, and people put this, oh, where he a man of God. Bro, I'm a man of God, but you don't follow everything I say.
There you go.
It's like, I know we not talking about the women, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention Derrick Jackson.
Oh,
like, bro, this man showed y'all that he is the exact man that he been talking about, and he still got millions of women that follow him, bro.
They like that. That's the reason they get me with a lot of ladies. They don't like. I'm just being honest, and I'm saying this, and I know some people gonna get mad at me. They don't believe none of that shit that none of these motherfuckers be talking about. They don't. Like, all these ladies sit out here talking about girl power, respect us, women. They don't give a fuck. They don't, because you can look at my granddad and my dad always told me, don't listen to what somebody says out of their mouth. Watch their actions.
Yes, sir.
These ladies sit around here and talk about all the time how they want a good guy and all this. Just like Derrick Jackson. I want me a man like Derrick Jackson. He cheated on his wife with multiple women, and you resubbed up.
Come on, facts.
Like, come on, man. Y'all, like, that's why I tell a lot of dudes, especially when they come over, I'm like, look, man, don't listen to what they saying. Look at how they move.
Yes,
look
sir.
at how they move. The same way I tell females, look at dudes. He can talk the best game in the world. Look at how he move. Yes, he talking about he gonna treat you right and all this shit. If he can't reply to it, he go, I ain't even gonna hit you on a phone call. Because might be in the middle of doing something. But if he hit you hit him with a text and he can't respond within the next hour, come on now.
It's not
but
real.
You still sitting there.
Yes, sir. Venus, thank you so much for pulling up over here. Number one.
Thank you for supporting my show today. I'm like less than a week old. I saw you. I was like, yes, he came.
Man, one thing about me and CJ, like if y'all open the door to us, we'll try to be there. So I appreciate it. But what you have, Venus, I'm happy that you're here,
Okay, you guys are reminding me of something I've been saying, because like I'm like you. I believe in God. I'm not like some perfect Christian or anything, but I try, right? And a lot of my friends aren't, and that's okay. I still speak to them. And I swear, I was telling a friend today, I was like, the Bible says you judge a man by the fruit, right? Because we were talking about a guy, and I'm like, yo, we cannot be fooled by his calm demeanor and his nice words. What has he consistently been doing? And consistently, he has been telling us one thing and doing another. He's just not the person that he presents himself to be. And low-key kind of using and manipulating us. Nothing sexual, but on some like, we're thinking we're all friends, but it's like you're getting more benefit than us, and you sound nice, you're telling us nice things, but when it's time for you to reciprocate the same things you ask of us, we don't get that same support. So I'm like, okay, the Bible says, forget the words. You seem like a nice guy, but nah, I agree with you guys. Like all of that, the nice words are cute, but that don't mean anything.
Nothing. And Venus, I am slowly removing myself from the advice to women category, because I got a lot of female friends, to my wife's chagrin, but I try my best. I try my best to give women real advice, because it's like, bro, especially if you one of my homegirls, I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see none of my friends, male or female, get hurt. So if I can give you advice, I'm willing to do it. And the one thing that I tell every single one of them, always look at the red flags. Don't say that they magenta. Don't say that they another offshoot. Yes, don't say that they crimson. They red and they be doing this.
Waving like a motherfucker.
Waving like a mug. And they just be like, oh no, you don't understand. You don't get it. I'm like, no, I do get it. That's why I'm telling you. I have been that guy. I have been the guy that lie to you, that tell you one thing, do another, tell you, well, I never played with the love word, but tell you I like you a lot and be smashing somebody else. I have been that guy before. So if I can warn you ahead of time, I'm trying to do that. So it's so frustrating. And like you said, I gotta see what you do, not what you say. And that's what bothers me. So Venus, I'm happy that you telling women the truth, because a lot of them being there, and the thing.
Listen, I've done it. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So here's the funny thing: when you said the women say you don't understand, they're right. You don't, because you know what you're not understanding. She's desperate. She's lonely. She has low self-esteem. She has a low self-value. She's insecure. She doesn't think she's worth what she really says she's worth. Otherwise, she wouldn't be tolerating that shit.
You want to know something funny, Venus? A lot of dudes got to accept that same, everything you just named off. A lot of dudes got to accept that too.
He's on fire.
That's what it is. When I said that needs to be accepted earlier, I meant that for men and women. Like when you guys were talking about the men who blindly follow other men. I see it in these spaces sometimes, and I get so confused. Like, yo, how do you not see all of this, and you're still like overly defending this stranger on the internet that you don't know, but something in you identifies with something in that, and you want so desperately to be aligned with that or connected to that you turn off all of your common sense. Like, I
Yep.
don't know.
Venus, let me tell you how I got introduced to the red pill space. I had my first girlfriend out of high school cheated on me, gave me an STD, and left me, all in the same week.
Jeez, man.
And I was so hurt, bro. I went through what they call red pill raids. Okay. I was in all of these spaces. Oh man, every time a guy would say something negative about black women, I'm all in the chat. Yeah, bro, these women ain't nothing, they ain't this, they ain't that. And the more and more I stayed there, the more and more I started to look around, and I'm like, bro, it's a 40-year-old man that's saying the same stuff I am, and I'm 22. It's a 50-year-old dude saying, I'm like, wait a minute, bro, you 50. Mm-hmm. Why are you in here with me? Like, I'm supposed to be here. I'm 22. I'm naive. Why is you in here with me? And these would be the guy that's sending the most super chats, sending the most money. And it's like, okay, once I got past that hurt and I knew I wanted to be a husband, I knew I wanted to be a father, I had to leave that space because they weren't teaching me what it meant to be a husband and a father. What they were teaching me is get your money up, have as much sex as you want to with as many women as you want to, you know. And it's like, all right, if you're a single man and that's all you want out of life, cool. But I wanted more. So that's why when I looked at the red pill space for entertainment, that's what it was. That's what it was to me after that, bro. So it's like you got to evolve from there, and to see so many men in those spaces that just praise the ground Kevin Samuels walk on. And don't get me wrong, I agree with a lot of what that man said, but I didn't worship him. I don't worship Fresh and Fit. I don't.
Yeah,
these are men, bro, that got issues, that got problems just like I got. They not God.
Put pants on the same way I do every day.
Every single day. And they think because they wallet and bank account is bigger, that make them more. Go ahead.
No, my bad. The word that we need to go to, like the word that they need to strive for, because like I ran across Kevin Samuels. I ain't problems with females, never really been an issue. I haven't had any bad stuff happen to me like that. Like, cause they ain't gonna lie, that was a trifecta. She cold. She cold. Yeah, she cold. I would have kicked her in her ankle or something for that one. But you got the little sound.
Yes, sir. I got him on that.
That's the first time I heard though. But I would I came across this space off of Kevin Samuels one day, and it blew my mind because I just, I don't know, CJ. I started YouTube like a little bit over a year ago, and I ran across a Kevin Samuels video. And the first thing that popped into my mind was because, like, these conversations, like you said, my granddaddy done had, my great granddaddy done had, my daddy done had. When the guys together at cookouts, whatever we get together, you would hear the old heads talking about the stuff. I was like, how is this dude able to say this stuff on the internet?
Facts.
That's what I was wondering. So I was like, I started looking into the dude, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, this just ain't going on down here in the South, down here in Alabama and Georgia, whatever. This is happening. You got dudes calling in from other countries. You got females calling in from other nations. And I'm like, this is really a problem. Mm-hmm. And that's what really gravitated me to this damn space. But I'm with you. The separation is needed between like the red pill and the manosphere stuff, because we got too many people in here that are just doing it for entertainment. And a lot of guys don't have the balls to like stand on it and say it. Like Fresh and Fit. I'm be honest with you. They only getting girls because they got money. Because both them niggas ugly as hell. And I didn't had to go with both. I had to go in on both of them before. It is what it is. Kevin, I think he was more old in age, so he kind of didn't promote the same stuff. Because like having sex with as many women as you want, like just trying to knock them out, get a haram team or whatever. That's some shit you do in your 20s. That's
Yes,
that's a
sir.
dream that you have in your 20s. When you hit your 30s, you mature. You mature and you move on from that. So when you hear dudes still saying that, that lets you know that they didn't have it in their 20s. They weren't getting no girl. That's the way I perceive it. Now, it could be wrong, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably am wrong. But I see it as they didn't get the girls. They didn't get that experience during those young years, where now they're trying to experience it in the older years. And everybody not going to make the boat. I'll say that too many times. Everybody not going to get on that boat. So all these dudes out here preaching that nonsense, they know where they leading, folks. Just like I'll say on the sides with like the Cynthia G's or the Divested Zealous, they leading all these folks astray. Those people will not make the boat because it ain't about that. Like one man, one woman, one family. That's how you build communities. All our black problems that come from one simple thing. Like we can't have dudes out here trying to have sex with the whole community, a whole neighborhood. And we can't have females out here being so-called sexually liberated. We need to get it back to the old times where we actually had some structure and guidance in our families, and that'll actually build up what we got going on around here.
I agree. Like, bro, I agree 100%.
Could I add something real quick?
Yeah.
So when you were saying how you would be in the chat at 22 and you would be and you would see dudes who are like 40, 50. That's one of my concerns, is that like when you dwell in negativity, you get too comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of time can pass and you could easily be that person who was 22 and now you're 40 and you're literally saying the same exact thing, right? And then the other thing I noticed was that a lot of people are it's easier to blame other people, right, for your result. Men and women, right? We both do it. So if I keep saying, well, men ain't shit, men ain't shit, men ain't shit, that keeps kind of my attention off of me. Right? So if I'm just so focused on men not being shit, there's no self-reflection, no self-work, nothing being done on my end, because all I'm thinking about is like men ain't shit. And so it's kind of, some of these men, I do believe, like what you said you went through, have legitimate hurtful experiences. Some of them, however, are just not getting their way and they're playing the blame game. That's what I truly believe. And then as far as the content creators, they've learned right now, Black women are literally currency. We are. If you just type the words Black women into the YouTube search, you will see a million videos with all negative tags about Black women. Other people, including like a Just Pearly things, right? People, it's so bad that people have realized that you could just start talking shit about Black women, you're gonna get paid right now. That's just what it is, right? So then once that happened, oh my God, I'm sorry. So then once that happened, what'd you say?
I said you booming like the trap over there.
I don't know who's sending back-to-back messages like that. But what was I saying? Oh yes. Now it's even worse because people have realized that literally if you start a channel today and just bash Black women, your channel is gonna go up. Your members are gonna go up quick and you're gonna make money. So now we have people who don't even identify really with these experiences, but they're just making shit up. They're finding a new thing every single day to say, just to like have an open forum for hurt people to come and cry, basically.
All right, so World Class is in the building, brother. What's going on? Thank you for being here, man. What's going on?
Not much, bro. Appreciate it. The chat panel. God, I miss a little bit. I was on a call from the last time I said I was gonna be. From the time I said I was gonna hop up. What happened?
But bro, I know you heard my first pause and the second pause.
Yeah.
Like World Class, bro, and I was talking about this. Like JV said, bro, if you're in a situation like that, it's so hard on what you should say. And like I said, Venus, by you being a young woman, I don't know how a man's supposed to navigate this, because like JV said, you either go in or you leave. I went in a little bit and I left. So World Class, what you got on it, bro? What you got on?
Me personally, right? I don't celebrate any of these things because they just stupid. Like I hate Father's Day.
Whoa.
Hate birthdays. Hate it. All of them are disrespectful. Period. But it's like just in I swear in my life, bro. There's nothing that pushed me to the streets more than family functions. Because these be the motherfuckers like, it's like I said, family. It's no family. So-called Black families is an urban legend. It don't exist because those be the places, and particularly the holidays and those celebrations, be the place where people think they're gonna try you the most. Whereas they haven't got that shit off or whatever in the street. They use their family members as punching bags. And I'm be the place that to play these games. Niggas out in the street don't be running their mouth to me. Killers and fucking hustlers and scammers don't play games with me, but my aunts and cousins want to play this game because I'm the nephew, the grandson, and you just got this infinite leeway. Bro, and I be around these people just looking at them like I'm around better criminals than you. I'm around better liars than you, and you sitting there running this game in my face just because you expect me to be there because you didn't groom me into being there. We talk about groomers need to look at these black families ran by black women. They the real groomers. To be here to be a fucking ornament for you to play the games with because you can't play with the nigga that's cheating on you or beating on you, so you're gonna play with your cousin, nephew, and son. Like these family functions be breeding grounds for killers. In my city, 28 people just got hit. I literally ran into the girl that was there. A girl that was there. She said, shoot, somebody told me leave at 12, something said leave at 12:30, and I left. She'd have been one of the ones that got shot. Same type of situation. What you think was there? Family. Playing games with one of these little dangerous little boys. And then they go left. So like I hate all of them, bro. They're just it's horrible. It's just bad. And people be really loving these situations, and I'm just confused as to why. Because they be the places where people be playing games where you get doxxed. Everybody know your information. The worst things you done, and this shit don't ever stop. That's why I've been stopped going. I said like at 9 years old, I realized we family long as you can control me. Long as I'm gonna show up to what you want to show up to whatever to make the party lit, I guess. Just an extra body, like I said, an ornament. That shit. There's nothing in the world that pushed me to the streets more than family functions and more than family. Because
Wait, can I add one thing to that? Because he just reminded me, like, I literally have trauma. Like, I remember, like, I think last Thanksgiving and Christmas, I literally skipped it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I stayed just with my man. Like, I just was like, the way being around a bunch of I hate to say this, but sometimes being around too many of my family members at the same time gives me anxiety. Literally, because of the shit that they will say and do to like trigger you. Yo, that's a real thing. Like, people in the family sometimes be so messed up that you don't even want to be around them.
You know, you know something funny? Am I echoing over here?
No, I think somebody got. It might be you. Where? Hold on, let's see.
I don't know, man. I might be echoing, but something
it was
funny. It's something funny about what you just said, Rule by Venus. I think a lot of people, especially in the black community, have that same trauma that you're speaking of, because I can relate to it. I can 100% relate to it. Your family, and I've been saying this for a long time. My granddad told me a long time ago. This was during the time where I felt like I was a people person. Like, I love talking to people. I talk to anybody. Now I can't stand people, like, to be honest with you. But
me either.
Your family, just off of the fact that y'all share blood, feel like they can do you wrong. And speaking to what World Class was talking about, when you go out to them streets, there's a different code that you have to abide by. You're just not going to sit up in Tony's face and crack on Tony 24/7 and think that Tony won't react, because there ain't no blood right here no more. You got a clear line drawn in the sand between respect and disrespect. And all men know there's a certain line you can't cross. But when you get around your family, I've seen it many a times. Dudes will be sitting in there having a conversation about something. Let's say it's sports. And you got that one auntie that like to drink so much, or she just like to run her mouth. And you be in there talking, man, LeBron, them, I think they gonna win it. Man, that pussy ass nigga ain't winning shit this year. And I'm like, auntie, what's going on? Shut your bitch ass up. And I'm like, Max. And everybody in that house will sit right there and won't say a word to you about, well, they won't say nothing to your auntie, but let you get up and say something to her. And all hell about the break loose. You don't talk to her like that. That's your no.
Now my cousin choked my aunt, and nobody blames him because his mom
come from a good family.
No, we come from a bad family, but you just gave me a memory because she's an alcoholic, and my uncle's son, mom passed away. Right, he doesn't have a mother. My dumbass aunt thought it was a good idea I don't know what she said. She said something. You want me to be your new mother, right? And he lost his mind and choked her out. And I sat right there like, yeah, you talk too much. I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't getting in the middle of that. She gets drunk and she gets disrespectful.
Look,
this is what I'm saying, man. The family, blood relatives, I'm calling them shit's family. Blood relatives think that these family meetings or whatever so-called family functions is practice. I'm gonna practice talking to my cousins and especially the males. It's like what a lot of these females think. I'm gonna practice this disrespectful shit that I want to do outside on my cousins and them, because you can't hit me, you my cousin. But they be the same niggas that they're threatened. They'll disrespect their cousins, uncles, dad, etc. But then disrespect the nigga in the street. And then if the nigga in the street flip, I'm going to get my cousin, brother, uncle, the same niggas you've been disrespecting at the fucking family function. And I got tired of that. Bro, I'm a nigga that, like my son said, y'all go get niggas. I'm the one to go get. If they come, if there's a problem, they come get me. I got tired of putting my hands on niggas that was innocent. But they can't be innocent because you supposed to be infinitely able to disrespect anybody because you my cousin or you my homegirl or you the family friend. And you got Miguel over here. He can fuck up and beat up everybody else and get this person hurt or get that person hurt when it's your ass that's wrong. I don't give a fuck. If you started it, it's your fault. Shut your motherfucking mouth. Sit your goofy ass the fuck down under every circumstances. I'm not co-signing on you disrespecting and running your mouth to a male, because out here where I'm from, I could get killed any day. Then what you gonna do? That's a bad message. Yeah, I can get killed any day. Then what you gonna do? Continue to talk shit to a nigga? Then what? Like these chicks got this false sense of security of safety. You as safe as you can defend. You as safe as you are able to secure. It don't exist. And they got this fucked up shit in their mind, bro. And it take just like that one nigga. Granted, the 14-year-old had to do something, but it wasn't nothing that woman could have did with that guy. Banged her right in her mouth. I've been saying this 6-7 years ago. These boys just about to start popping the shit out of these chicks. And you like, oh, was he was this, that, and the third. He was a boy that was at one of these stupid ass family functions getting played with, or any one of these dumbass families getting played with every day and disrespected every day. So you're not having it no more. That's what that shit is about. And I'm not, I can't, bro. That story you had, was triggered to me. I'd have said to the chick, I'd have said, look, what's going on is you've been convinced by your grandmother or aunt or one of them that you ain't supposed to get no plate for some man, and you lost a real nigga, and what you trying to do is keep another chick down with your fat ass. So get the fuck out of my face. If I break your motherfucking confidence. And if the aunt, the grandmother, or whatever, or whoever, if y'all wanted to, you can get it. Oh, and then this chick that I'm here with, if y'all were good enough, I wouldn't be here. Oh. Let's get to the motherfucking source. Let's get to the shit. Fuck the dumb shit. Let's go straight to it. If y'all raised her not to have a man like me that talk like this, why she sucking my dick? Why I'm up in that pussy?
Yo, you are out of control.
Yes, sir.
if y'all shit work, if y'all words work, why the fuck am I here?
Oh,
and we and her talking about having a threesome. What y'all say in New York? Talk to me nice. Why? Fuck the dumb shit. I'm not playing them fucking stupid ass games. That's why I don't go. Cause I'm gonna be kicked out. And I'm gonna end up smacking the daddy and doing some disrespectful shit. Keep shit a beam.
So my bad, Ricky. Shout out to Ricky Wilder for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Always been a supporter over here. I appreciate you. JVJ, what you about to say?
Yeah, I want to say one thing. I got to get up out of here, man.
I'm about to dip too, bro.
I got to do my little gaming. But now, speaking of what World Class said, like, dude, you not off on nothing, because we gotta ultimately address the problem. Like, I don't know how far we got to go back to try to start it, but honestly, it doesn't really matter in my opinion. Look, we got a lot of our kids growing up, boys and girls, in single family households. They don't have the structure of a father and a mother. They just have and I'm going to just say it, and ladies ain't trying to piss y'all off, but you got a lot of bitter, scorned women that's raising the young boys and raising the young girls. I can understand how they slip on not raising the boys to be men, because I don't believe a female or a woman can raise a boy to be a man.
Likewise.
But what they really slipping on, the number one thing I say they slipping on is they don't teach their daughters to not repeat the same mistakes when it comes to laying up with somebody that they actually went through.
He's
That's
on
my
fire.
biggest problem. Because you can teach these girls to go get college degrees and get a good job, but if you can't teach them how to partner with a man, and that's the only time I use partner with a man to be his spouse, to be his helpmate.
How
You
can
fuck
you
that.
They make sure they fail. They're making sure they fail.
You never know.
Well,
right? Like, how can you teach something you never did, right? Like, how the mother gonna teach that if she never was able to do that?
I can give you a good example. Like here, my dad never did crack. He taught me how to not do crack. Like, there's a lot of people like he go, like, let's say I have people in my family that had committed crimes and been to prison.
Mm-hmm.
They can speak on their personal experience, and then I can speak to my other family members that have not gone down that same path. They can both tell me the exact same thing. It might hit harder with my uncle that went to prison to tell me not to do this, not to get to prison, but it still should hit the same even when my father tells me don't do that stuff. Like, a lot of us learn the way we used to learn, the way that I think we should learn is by other people going through that experience and telling us not to do it. But the way we living right now, the way you hear all these people talking on different social medias or regular national television, just accept it. So let them go fuck their life up. And then later on in life, who they gonna complain about? Because you the one who told them to let them do it and accept every goddamn thing.
Oh, they ain't gonna be there for that part.
No, they ain't. They gonna blame it on somebody else. They're like, that has nothing to do with me. Like Jerry Springer don't understand why a lot of people in Oprah don't understand why a lot of these families are dysfunctional. Like every time I watch Jerry, they was like, these men cheat all the time. And then you get up there, you were not the father. You were not the father. You were not the father. Like, what are we talking
about? Amen.
And world class. That's why when I had that situation with that young lady, I knew what I was getting into. And like I said, bro, I ain't go in like you would. And I would have loved to see that. I would have paid money to see that.
It'd have been a show.
It would have. I said, I gave them enough to let them know, hey, bro, you only going to get this far with me. And if we get past this point, we got an issue. But my biggest problem was, as my girl at that time, you supposed to say something. If you don't, you align with them. Exactly. Once you align with them, you no longer have me.
And that's why I did it. That's why I did it. Because, you with them. Okay, fuck, let me show you. Everybody showing their ass. Let's see. Let's see who will be the biggest ass in here. It's the disrespectful game. Let's add a disrespectful game.
Thanks.
I'm good at this. I'm from Baltimore, Liberty Heights, and going on. I know how to be disrespectful. That's what you want to do. Fuck it.
All right, so look, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap, man. We almost at 2 hours. Once again, I don't be planning these to be this long, but look, world class. Thank you for showing up, Venus. Thank you so much for being here. Let's talk with JVJ. I appreciate you for being here. Maybe next time, bro, CJ will be here as well. I know he got stuff going on. It is the holiday. So thank y'all so much for being here. Everybody that watched, thank you. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe at the 5100 Podcast. We got audio version. You can go to Apple, Amazon, Buzzsprout, Google Music, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. And if you want to support, it's there. You can leave a super chat or a super sticker, bro. Thank y'all for being here, though. I appreciate it, man. Hearing some of my crazy stories and whatnot.
Tez, I'm going live tomorrow, so stop by if you can, okay?
Do you already got the subject lined up?
No, I'll send you a link whenever I do it tonight.
Okay.
Why, you have a suggestion?
No. I just be I can go off the top, as you can see, but if you got a show, I try to I don't be wanting to take over the show. I want to stick to what you got going on. Because the world class pop in there, it's the world class show. He gonna start. He gonna drop knowledge, bro. He always take it out.
It slipped a little bit. It is.
Hey, my boy had a flashback. I was like, hey.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was at Thanksgiving when I was talking just now.
Well, see, JVJ said he had something similar happen to him. So it's like, bro, these don't be isolated situations. Bro, we go through this and it's like, bro, somebody got to say something.
Wait, before y'all go, can I just say something? Because I think y'all think that's one-sided. I dated somebody who, his family was very disrespectful from the minute they met me, the women. I don't know why, right? And then I realized there was some type of Oedipus complex thing going on.
Oh, Lord.
Like where the mom was on some I don't know, she just was very, and he was just kind of not blind to it because he was like, she always does that. So I'm like, okay, so it's not me. She doesn't like any woman around you besides her.
Correct.
Like the women be going through it too. It's not, I don't know, I men think it's just like we be going through the same stuff y'all going through on the other side. Like sometimes
y'all choose it. Y'all choose it. We predestined to go through that crap. Like a lot of ladies, like for real, I really tell y'all, if a lot of females understood their actual power and femininity, they wouldn't be dealing with half of the problems they dealing with in the world. That's why a majority of females now are on antidepressants, because they've been tricked into going out here and fighting the world like a man. You're not built for that. That ain't your purpose. Your purpose is to be a helpmate. You supposed to align yourself with a man that can get to the prize and you motivate him to get there. You ain't supposed to be out here getting it on your own. Because like what World Class said earlier, you only have what you can defend.
That's it.
Facts.
Safety don't exist. The only thing that exists is your ability to protect and defend. That's it.
And see, Venus, and before I wrap, I want to say this too. I think when a lot of ladies come to a channel like ours, especially if you look at some of our clips without context, you automatically think that guys like World Class, JVJ, and like we against women. It's like, no, we never been against women. It's just we understand that the dynamics that the world then created is a lie. And we have to be the ones to get the road. Like, old boy, you shouldn't have to have pointed out what you seen in old boy. That guy should have been able to see this himself. And that be the issue. He got to be man enough to say, hey, bro, mama lead me in a direction of destruction. Mama lead me to be an idiot. Because every time mama say something, I got to drop everything I'm doing to be there. Your mama shouldn't want that for you as a man. I never had that issue. And I'll let CJ tell his story on his own. But CJ went through situations like that, and that's why I got respect for that brother, because he said, nah, bro, I'm a man at the end of the day. Just because you pushed me out and held me for 9 months don't mean you got the authority over my life. So, but all right, y'all, I'm going to wrap because we could do this another 30 minutes. And JVJ say he got some stuff to do. I know World Class got things going on. So, bro, I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Real shit.
So, look, man, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Once again, bro, thank y'all so much for being here, man. Like I said, these pop-up chop-ups can go a little bit everywhere. And I appreciate the people for coming on. You know, I wasn't expecting people to hop up, but I appreciate it. Everybody that was in the chat, thank you so much. I don't know what went on with Facebook. I don't know. They just got something against our channel, bro. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. You know, Ricky Webbs, to thank you for being here. Charles, Lady Navour, my boy CJ, that's my guy. Y'all already know that's the brother. Dusto, Venus, thank you for coming up. My wife, once again, happy birthday. Even though it was yesterday, happy birthday. My boy Mouse News, man, I appreciate everybody for being here. I'm gonna see what's going on with Facebook, because a lot of the people that mess with us come from Facebook too. Tommy, thank you for being here. World Class, the legend. I appreciate y'all for being here. So like I said, if you want to support, you can support through Cash App. You can support PayPal. You can use a super sticker or a super chat. So look, y'all, for your God Said the Fire, one half of the 5100 podcast. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'm out.